Good evening, everyone. I'm Kamen. Brandon Allen and Dak Prescott are the two active SEC leaders in passing yards and starts, and they sure played like it tonight as the Hogs hosting Mississippi State. Here come the Razorbacks as they were involved in another shootout. Pick things up in the second quarter. 17-14 Bulldogs, and Dak Prescott to Fred Brown in the end zone for the touchdown. The Bulldogs led 31-21 at the half, but here come the Hogs. Brandon Allen on the play-action rollout, and he finds an open Jeremy Sprinkle for the touchdown. A huge day for BA and the tight ends. Next drive, another play action. Allen rolls out, a defender in his face, and he delivers a beautiful bomb to Hunter Henry for the touchdown. If that's not a deal for dime, I don't know what is. Wow. 35-31 Hogs. Next drive, Allen this time with an absolute bullet in between two defenders to Henry for another touchdown. Take another look. Great catch, great pass. I have no idea how he fit that in there. 42-31 Arkansas, but the Bulldogs battle back. They score a TD, then Prescott to Wilson on the slant. Touchdown Mississippi State for a 44-42 lead. 7 minutes to go. BA deep to Dominique Reed for a huge completion. The Hogs finish the drive with a touchdown and a two-point conversion to take a 50-44 lead. 3 minutes left now, same score, and Prescott with pressure in his face delivers another touchdown pass, and Mississippi State takes a 51-50 lead. The Hogs get the ball in the red zone, but run the ball 3 straight times. 45 seconds to go. Cole Headland on for the potential game-winning 29-yard field goal, but it's blocked. Wow, take another look. Amazing play by Mississippi State right here. The Hogs lose the heartbreaker 51-50 to go to 6-5 on the season and 4-3 in the SEC. Checking out the stats, Brandon Allen had 406 passing yards and a school record, 7 touchdown passes, and also now has the program record with 63 career TD passes. 2 scores went to Hunter Henry, who also had 129 yards, but Dak Prescott had 554 total yards and 7 total touchdowns for Mississippi State.
Well, unfortunately, been through a couple heartbreakers since coming here to Arkansas, but that one might be at the top of it, just to be that close in that type of a game and to walk out empty-handed, to put in all the work that they did during the course of the week to put together everything we have since being a 1-3 team and to battle back to get to where we need to be, and to fall short on a few plays is very disappointing.
Tough loss. The Red Wolves have a bye this week, but there's no question A-State's a heavy favorite next week against New Mexico State. The Red Wolves are 7-3, but a perfect 6-0 in the Sun Belt, while New Mexico State is now 3-7 on the season after a win against ULL, 37-34 win at ULL tonight, and they do have Larry Rose III at running back. Rose already has 1,290 rushing yards and had 137 last year in a 68-35 loss to A-State. The Red Wolves should win, but certainly aren't looking past Rose and the Aggies.
The thing that sticks out for me from last year and that's the running back. He's a playmaker for him. He made plays last year. Like I say, I know he rushed for over 100 at least. So trying to contain him is what our focus will be on the D-line, and obviously getting after the quarterback.
And the Lady Red Wolves basketball team was in action tonight against Wichita State. I'll have those highlights coming your way next on College Sports Live.
SkyCam is sponsored by
Welcome back, everyone. The Lady Red Wolves basketball team has started the season with back-to-back road wins, as tonight the Red Wolves return to the Convo for the home opener against Wichita State. Here comes Drea Gamble, the back-to-back Sun Belt Player of the Year. Gamble would start fast. Here she is, down low for 2, and the foul. Boy, she can hoop. Gamble did it all the first half. How about this nice look down low to Amanda Lawson with the spin and the friendly roll for 2 more. Coach Boyer talking to Jessica Flannery right here. He would be pleased with her effort tonight. Here's a Brittany Gill steal off the Gamble, and Drea finds Flannery for another lay-in. Then Gamble does it herself as she would take it off the dribble. Look at her, off the dribble, little pull-up. She hits the jumper, 8-2 A-State at that point. Then Gamble bringing the ball up the court, and a great look to Amanda Lawson for 2 more. The Red Wolves start on a 10-2 run. Gamble was involved in all the points as Wichita State needs a timeout. After the timeout, it's the same story at first. Gamble with the long pass to Flannery. Boy, that's beautiful. Wichita State would briefly regroup, though. Here's a good cut to the basket, and Diamond Lockhart with the easy lay-in. The always fiery Jody Adams trying to get her troops going, and it worked for a little bit as Jai Francis with the steal, and she'll go coast to coast for the lay-in and the three-point play. All of a sudden, Wichita State down just 14-13, but from there it was all Red Wolves all the time. Amanda Lawson with the board in the bucket, then it's Jessica Flannery on the run with the smooth J. The Red Wolves closed the half on a 14-3 run to go up 28-18. All A-State in the second half too, as the Red Wolves win 67-40 to go to 3-0. Strea Gamble scored 12 points and dished out 7 assists. Jessica Flannery had a game-high 14 points, while Amanda Lawson added 12 points. A-State's defense forced 24 turnovers in the win.
Extremely pleased with the defensive effort, and you know, when you look at Wichita State, it's a team that they lost a lot last year, and they're young, still talented but young. But there was, you know, a few key things that we talked about defensively that we wanted to try to do today, and our players did a really good job of it, of executing that defensively.
To say it's been an emotional week for the men's team is an understatement. On Monday, John Brady announced he will resign following the end of the season. And then on Wednesday, the Red Wolves suffered a heartbreaking 76-75 loss to Savannah State in John Brady's first game since his announcement. But the 1-2 Red Wolves get back on the Convo Court tomorrow at 2:35 p.m. as the Red Wolves will host Jackson State. The Tigers have lost to Baylor and Oregon, but did beat Southern Miss.
Sunday's important against Jackson State, and you know, on the surface you can say, well, Jackson State, that's a team we ought to win, we ought to beat, but I just saw in the SWAC, Southern, Baton Rouge, beat Mississippi State and just beat Tulane last night, or night before last, and now here we come playing a Jackson State team who went on the road and beat Southern Miss in Hattiesburg by 18 the other day, so it's going to be a challenge.
And more Red Wolves sports coming your way as the A-State volleyball team took on rival UALR in the Sun Belt Tournament semifinals. Highlights next on College Sports Live. Welcome back. The A-State volleyball team has the longest winning streak in the nation with 22 straight victories. The 26-1 Red Wolves took on rival UALR in the semifinals of the Sun Belt Tournament tonight. A-State already won the first two sets, picking things up in the third set, and Drew Jones right here with the kill to start the scoring. A couple plays later, it would be Jones, and you know what? She's going to get another absolutely powerful kill. Red Wolves up 2-1 early in the third set. From there, Carlisa May took over. Here's the perfect power, the perfect placement right down the line. The freshman sensation gives A-State a 5-4 lead. The Red Wolves actually got behind 11-9, but Mallory Warrington sets up Darby Graff for another kill. Then it's some good Red Wolves defense on the dig. May actually gets blocked, but there's no way you're going to block her twice as May gets another kill to tie things up at 12. Moving ahead 24-all now, and it's May with the defense this time for the block. So A-State up 25-24, set and match point, and UALR would hit this one long. The Red Wolves win in straight sets and will take on App State tomorrow at noon in the championship game. Switching gears, there was a big college football game today as third-ranked Ohio State hosted ninth-ranked Michigan State. The Buckeyes have won 23 games in a row. That's actually what the Red Wolves volleyball team has won too. Connor Cook in uniform, but not starting for Michigan State at quarterback because of a shoulder injury. Tyler O'Connor would have a tough start as Ohio State gets the sack and fumble recovery late in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, on 4th and goal from the 1, and Ezekiel Elliott punches it in for a 7-0 lead. But the Spartans wouldn't go away. Second quarter, multiple fakes, and O'Connor finds the big boy, Trevor Pendleton, for the game-tying score. Third quarter, same score. Michigan State got a special teams break against Michigan this year, but here it's a muffed punt, and Ohio State recovers inside the 5-yard line. They'd score a touchdown to go up 14-7. Fourth quarter now, same score, and a second effort by Gerald Holmes for the game-tying touchdown. So 3 seconds to go, 14-14, and Michael Geiger on for the 41-yard field goal, and he makes it. Geiger would go crazy as Michigan State picks up the huge 17-14 win. And 8th-ranked Florida hosted 2-8 Florida Atlantic. The Gators were favored by 4 touchdowns, But hey, what's that old cliche? You don't play the game on paper, but on the field. So Jim McElwain and the Gators up only 14-7 in the fourth quarter, and Treon Harris on the run, and he stripped a fumble right here. Look at this. Whoop, ball's wild. Florida Atlantic recovers it in the end zone to tie the game at 14. We would head to overtime, same score, and Harris throws out and throws the other way and finds Jake McGee. He gets by 2 defenders right here for a 20-14 lead, but the Gators missed the PAT, so Florida Atlantic could win with the TD and PAT, but 4th and goal, an incomplete pass. Florida survives and wins 20-14. Overall, a wild day in college football. Ohio State, Houston, and Oklahoma State all lose for the first time today, so Clemson and Iowa are the only undefeated teams. Alabama and Notre Dame also looking in great shape to be in the college football playoff. Florida, not so much after that one. Michigan State and Oklahoma are probably on the outside looking in. But that does it for now. Be sure to join us next week for College Sports Night Live. Have a great night, everyone.
Get to Collins. Exactly what they wanted to do to Cornelius.